Listen, folks, if you look at this and you say to yourself, oh my god, what the hell is going on? We need to find out what is going on here and stop it from happening again, then you are about right with your feeling, I think, because this is basically a feverish nightmare, but it is also truly beautiful. Today I have a mod for you that allows you to create alt history scenarios without combing through infinite files by modding and actually, changing those, and instead comes with a beautiful UI, just a couple of steps that you need to do to paint your own map before you start a campaign, so that you have a very interesting scenario, whether you play that alt history tag that you just added, or whether you just want to create it to add some chaos to the map. Today we are taking a look at the mod called Entitled, and this mod, let me just tell you, is a powerhouse. I think this mod is basically as necessary as the full screen barbershop is if you love the barbershop, because my god, it just complements everything when you start a campaign so much. It is basically just a better create your own ruler. Now, with that being said, you can see I designed Space Rome, and there are some interesting things here because, again, you would normally have to edit a boatload of files. You can see that Space Rome is a de jure empire. It was very easy. I created this empire in about 2 minutes. You can see that it has its own culture and its own religion, and yeah, it is a pretty interesting space. Now, today I want to design an empire, change a couple of religions, of, maybe cultures as well, just to show off how easy this mod can be used and just how damn useful it is. And I think there's really only one candidate. Listen, we all love the Norse, we all love the Asatrus, and let's be real here, in 1066 the only drawback is that we don't have Hastin, we don't have any Norse that are terrorizing the people around us. Let's change this by adding a de jure empire right here that, can go a bit haywire because they are still Norse and they are still Asatru. I want to create this in the British Isles, and I don't want it to be overpowered, but I want to have a lot of potential when actually playing it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the create title interface. You can see this entire mod comes with a lot of UI work. Again, the modder really put in a lot of work to make this as usable as possible. I would like today, I think, to design a kingdom right here, and first of all, we need to define our de jure territory. I think I would like to act as though in this alt history scenario, the actual Vikings right here in Dublin, they are still in control and they're still doing their thing. They're having a good time. So first things first, I'm going to say Ireland as a whole stops existing. I'm making this into de jure territory. You can see yellow right here means that this is our de jure territory, but we don't actively control it. When it comes to Wales, yep, Wales is also gone. We're going to annex this. Now, with Scotland, I don't want to destroy that entire kingdom. Instead, I want to claim some of the Scottish duchies, because you can see that actually works. I want Man to be ours on a de jure level, Strathclyde as well, and Sudria also. Now, on top of this, I also want one more de jure territory, and that actually belongs to Scandinavia. There you are, because these are the Northern Isles. There we go, here. That actually belong, normally at least, to Norway. And let me just take a look at this, by the way. Oh yes, so this is the Jure Britannia, which means the Northern Isles will be added to Britannia when we're done with our work right here. But let's get back to the matter at hand. We have added what we want on a de jure level. I think that is about it, yeah. So now that we have defined our de jure territory, let's create some de facto territory. I don't want to control the entirety of Ireland. Instead, I want to actually own. So this right here brings something into our realm, but the person holding it keeps holding it. No. I will take control of this duchy ourselves. These two counties will be our domain. And then we will take these ones. So this is our domain. This color right here means it is de jure ours and de facto as well. I'm going to take control of that as well as Leinster. And then I want a single county. It's Brefne here. There you go, of the Duchy of Connacht. And all of a sudden we have pretty cute Ireland borders right here. The rest over here still belongs to us on a de jure level, but they are independent. And then, to continue here, I think I would like to claim at least Sudria. I think that makes a lot of sense, would be very, very cute. And then from Wales, I don't really want anything except this island right here. I love this island, listen, it's just so cute. It's basically a raiding outpost, right? Alright, and as you can see now, we just did a couple of clicks and all of a sudden we have a domain, we have a couple of vessels, and we have people that should be our vassals, but technically right now aren't. Now on top of that, I would also like to add a couple of provinces that, well, aren't actually de jure ours, but want to be de facto in our control. In fact, I would like to claim the Earldom of Cornwall. Not for myself. You can see right here the light blue means that is de jure not ours, but de facto it is. And then I would like to go on into the Empire of France here and get a bit of a continental outpost in Brittany. So let's claim these two counties right here. Again, de jure they're not ours, but de facto they are. And all of a sudden, we have, I would say, a pretty cute empire. Green, dark green, and light blue is what we actually own. Yellow is what we should own, but we aren't owning as it is. I'm pretty sure this is about everything. Actually, I do want to click one button right here. Let me take a look at Britannia. We got the Kingdom of Man and the Isles. We're going to copy this for our title. Technically, we could leave this empty, would make it so that there wouldn't be a primary title name. It would just be custom name, and then you could edit it when you go into the create your own ruler overview here. But right now, let's just be called Kingdom of Man and the Isles. I think that is completely fair. Now, currently, we don't have a de jure liege, which means that if I now created this title, it would make it so that, well, basically, there would be no empire atop us, and that would suck. Yeah, that wouldn't be beautiful. What we need to do now is we need to declare an actual capital. Obviously, that's going to be Dublin, and then after we did that, we can just go and say, I would like to auto-select the de jure liege. This is, as you can see, the Empire of Britannia. So this now means that we will just neatly fold into the Empire of Britannia. Wales and Ireland will no longer have de jure territory, don't worry about it, we are unifying these in our de jure territory as is. We could also technically, just to showcase this, if you take this guy and if you take the title, we could say, for example, hey, why don't we make the Empire of Space Rome our de jure liege and then make the Emperor of Space Rome our de facto liege as well, but okay, that's a bit insane, right? So I'm going to delete this, and instead we will simply be a de jure liege of the Empire of Britannia with no proper de facto liege. We are independent. And this is basically everything we need to do. Nope, wait a minute, there you go. I'm going to copy Asatru here. Our normal culture and our normal religion are Asatru and Norse. And with that, I can create this title. You can see this is everything that will happen. And boom, Man and the Isles has been created. It is given, of course, an actual character as well. Now, you might notice that we now have this beautiful kingdom right here. We claimed a couple of things in Scotland. We took half of Ireland. We didn't take anything in Wales except this island right here. We fold really neatly into the Empire of Britannia. And, of course, we are the Kingdom of Man and the Isles. This is all fine, but something is still missing because our culture and religion are Norse and Asatru. But the culture and religion on the map here don't work with that at all. If you create, for example, a lot of AI empires, kingdoms or duchies that have completely different culture and religion from what is going on, they might face a lot of rebellions and fall apart. Don't worry, the mod has a solution. So, let's take a look at the culture. If you lock a culture in right here, again, you can find them via the outliner right here, then you click this button right there and you can start converting certain areas or certain lordships into that culture. This button right here converts the local lord, so the one that holds this territory, as their main capital, as well as the actual territory into that culture. This one does only the lord, and this one does only the territory. We're going to take a look at this, because it's, again, very easy to understand. I do not want the entire Kingdom of Man and the Isles to convert, because, well, we don't hold the West right here, but I would like the core territory and our core lords to actually flip to Norse and Asatru. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to click here. You can see the culture immediately spreads. I'm going to click here on Syria. I think that is fair. As Strathclyde can stay Gaelic, I think that is perfectly fine. Mun definitely should turn. And then I think, there it is, Leinster and Ulster. Now this technically, Connacht, we only hold this one location, so let's flip that as well. Now you see a genuine split between Irish and Norse right here, and all of a sudden the entire premise of the Isles really has changed. I don't want to convert this island, and I don't want to convert these because, well, you know, they are just recent additions to our collection. But I need to convert their actual overlords because, well, if you don't do it, then, you know, these are just going to be, there is Earl Caddoc ap Cador of Cornwall, who is Catholic and Cornish, and of course that kind of sucks because he's our vassal. Instead, we're going to go here to the Earldom of Cornwall, and we're going to make him Norse. Look at that guy. Changes his clothing, he's a good vassal after all. We're going to do the same right here in Brittany, and then we are done with the culture, and we can move on to do the very same thing to the religion. Yep, and there you go, just take a look at this. They are Norse, they are still currently Catholic, but that is fine, because all I need to do is just go over here, then I'm gonna click this button right there. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. This one and there you go, Asatru and Norse. All of a sudden, we have quite well-aligned vassals right here in Brittany. They have definitely bowed to us. So, let's just recapitulate what we did. We have folded properly into Britannia. We now have this beautiful de jure Kingdom of Man and the Isles, but we only own parts of it. On top of that, we have now changed the Norse culture and religion. You can see Norse right here. These are actually Norse territories, whereas right here, for example, this guy is only Norse as, you know, his personal culture. The actual location is still very much Cornish, and these locations down here are still very much Breton. There is a lot of multifaceted approaches that you can do with this. You can have multicultural empires, you can flip everything like I did down here, but it's very, very easy to do. Now, let's just take a look at this, just in case. Wait a minute, we are Norse, but I would like Norse to be a bit different. You know, maybe we can actually do that, because yes, we can. You can see right here, we can change our ethos, we can change so many things, and of course, we can change our traditions if they are available to us. So if it fits in, we can actually pick any of these traditions and we can add it. Obviously, we can also remove the traditions right here with, for example, performative honor. We could technically do this, but I love the Norse traditions, so we're going to keep them. I'm just going to make us a bit better. What about going with, you know, eye for an eye? I like this. The vengeful trait is more common. Everybody's a bit angry. That makes perfect sense to me. And all of a sudden, Norse culture has been changed. Now, sadly, you cannot do cultural reformations or, you know, for example, hybridizations. That just doesn't work game-wise, so don't worry about it. But you can adjust the existing cultures as they are. And you can do the very same thing with the existing religions. We selected again both of these here, and then they're here. And what we're going to do is we're going to say we are equal. I would love an equal religion right there. I would love some lay clergy. And you know what? Why don't we say kinslaying? We love that stuff, actually. It's great. And all of a sudden, we have a changed kingdom de jure and, of course, de facto. We have a changed religion, a changed culture, and we have a nice distribution over the actual territory, making it so that I can now jump into this game with a completely alt history start. Look at that. Everything here worked out. Oh my god. I love this mod so much, and I recommend that you use it because, my god, just seeing this right here, this cute little empire. You could also, of course, create these territories and then make it AI. Hey, just mix it up. Create a huge threat, right? That sort of stuff. Whatever you do, this mod has everything that you need to pull it off without combing through an infinite amount of files. Entitled is an amazing mod that you should 100% check out on the Steam Workshop, because man, it is really mind-blowing. Now, with all that being said, I think I'm going to do a couple of fun runs with this. For the moment, I will see you later, alligator.